All right, hey y'all, hey, it's your girl, Coach Tuka. Listen, I was around here fumbling and bumbling with my camera, and I said, you know what? Let's get busy. All right, hey y'all, hey, it's your girl, Coach Tuka. I am here today with my friends. I came to tell you something, all right? Listen, here's why I need you to get off the scale. All right. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tanisha James. 5 years ago, I was 80 pounds heavier on medication. Okay. Had high blood pressure, severe anemia, ocular migraines, uh, just tired all the time, sugar addiction, caffeine addiction, fibroids so big that they would move in my stomach. Okay. And over the course of a 5 to 6 month period, I was able to heal my body with the help of a coach, Rochelle C. Parks, who taught me everything she knew and taught me not only how to heal my body, but I began the journey of not only how to get the results that I wanted, but how to keep those things for a lifetime, right? So I'm here today to share with you what I learned on that journey. So today I'm talking to the person who, honey, hits that scale every morning like clockwork. You know, you get up, you go to the bathroom and you hop on the scale. I am here to tell you, all right, when I was 80 pounds heavier, now I wasn't just struggling with my weight, it was my health in general. And it wasn't because I was a lazy person. I had done at that point 6 marathons, worked out most days, all right, but my eating was trash. No matter what, though, guess what? Guess what your girl did every single day? I got on that scale every single morning. All right. If I get on the scale and I have a loss, it was just an emotional roller coaster. If I got on the scale and I was down a little bit, I'm like, yes, I got some room to play. I got room to play. I could treat myself a little bit. If I gained, then I would say, man, forget this. I'm gonna eat what I was planning to eat any old way, right? So what was happening was the scale was controlling me. Instead of me trusting the process, I was allowing what the scale said to control what I did. It determined what I was going to eat that day, if I was going to try to be on track or do what I wanted. It was all determined by the scale. And this is what is keeping so many women stuck right now. So here's why we obsess over why we have this obsession with getting on the scale. If it's you, say me in the chat. If you get on the scale more than 4 times a week, all right, say me in the chat. Here's what happens. We are conditioned, we are trained to believe that the number on the scale determines whether or not we are really making progress. So to us, if that number moves, then we say I'm doing good, right? The scale does give you an immediate result. So you get to see the number go down, and we love that instant, like you're doing it, like that immediate gratification or immediate validation that says you're doing it, right? But it's all fake. It's all phony. The real thing about the scale is the number that you see on the scale, it changes all day long. You could get on the scale, go for a run, come back, get on the scale, and the number would change. You could get on the scale, eat a meal, come back, get on the scale, and the number would change. So the number that you see on the scale is kind of sort of like a lie. All right. It's kind of a lie. It is a lie. So we determine what's going to happen by the temporary number that we see. Your body weight is going to change for so many reasons. Sometimes we're retaining water, and so it'll be up. Maybe we're not retaining water, it's down. Our hormones, what we ate the night before. It doesn't just mean you lost or gained fat. There are so many things that determine what the number is going to say. So using the scale as your primary indication of how you're doing, that's not a good strategy. And I want you to stop that. Okay. Put it in the chat. I'ma stop that. Don't say I'm going to. Say I'ma stop that. I'ma stop that. The scale is lying to you. So what happens when you get on the scale is the scale does not give you a true picture of how well you've been doing. What it does is it makes you emotional. So now you're not operating with a plan. Now you're not moving according to a system. There's no strategy. It's your emotions that are driving you. And I've already told you, emotions are a terrible driver. Don't ever, 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 ever Ever, 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 ever. Let your emotions take the wheel. Don't let them drive. It's not a good driver. So losing weight is not about hopping on a scale, seeing a number, and then posting on social media your result that you think you got. How you do it is to be consistent, not by obsessing and going bananas over every little change or thing. Oh, praise God. Somebody said their battery died. Look at God. Won't he do it? All right. It does. It affects your emotional and your mental health. So when you focus on the scale, you don't pay attention to the things that really tell you how you're doing. You will know, pay attention. You will know if you lost weight based on how your clothes fit. Somehow, we'll know. Think we'll put these jeans on and they'll be able, you got to wiggle a little bit to get up in them. You'll know. You're not going, things ain't doing what they're supposed to do. You'll know if you put on some pants and you put your belt on and you got to go over an extra loop. You can tell whether or not you've been doing the things you're supposed to do or whether you're making real progress by how your clothes fit. You can tell whether or not you're making real progress based on how you feel, whether you need a nap by 11:45, okay? Whether you can't start your day until you have coffee. I used to start my day with, don't y'all judge me. I always have to give the disclaimer. Don't no judging allowed. Large coffee, 10 creamers, 10 sugars was how I start my day. I started my day. When I started my day like that, my students, I was a ninth grade social studies teacher, my kids knew. If one of them was to hop on right now, they'll tell you, we could tell just as good when Miss James has not had her coffee. When she ain't prayed and talked to the Lord, and when she has not had her coffee, we can tell. So you can use how you feel every day. Does your alarm go off and you go through this song and dance about getting out of the bed, or do you just wake up and get out of the bed and start your day? Do you have energy that lasts all day long and you don't have to produce it using something outside of you? You just have it. You have in your body is healed, and so you have energy. If you are tired and exhausted, that's a sign that your health needs to be addressed. Okay. You can tell things you can focus on instead of the scale. You can focus on getting stronger. Try doing a burpee. Okay. I joined a class in my gym because I'm trying to do more strength training. And it's been a while since I did burpees. Okay. There was a season probably about a year and a half ago, maybe. We were doing burpees every day. I hadn't been doing it. Went in there yesterday and did a burpee, and I could tell sis got some work to do. So you can tell, are you getting stronger? Like, does your body feel stronger? That's a better indicator than your scale. Your habits, the things you do every day. You know if you're drinking your water every day. You know if you're hitting the water mark every day. You know if you're going to bed on time. You know if you snuck and ate the candy out of the candy dish. You know. So your habits, focus on that. Instead of checking the scale every day, here's what I want you to focus on. Things that have nothing to do with the scale, the things I just told you. How you feel, how your clothes fit. Do you show up differently? How you feel all day? Do you have energy that lasts? Are you, you know, do your habits reflect the life that you say you want to have? So I teach a lot on habits and systems, and we always want something, but we don't always have the habits to support what we say we want. All right. So do your habits reflect the life that you say you want? Focus on that. So things that have nothing to do with the scale. You could take pictures. You could do it every day if you want to. Because the other tricky thing about the scale, let me ask you this. Have you ever been in a season of your life where you were like, man, I got so much weight on me. I need to get this weight off. I've got to lose some weight. And you go walking around and you're thinking, I'm so big, man, I got to get some pounds off of me. And 5 years later, you look at a picture, you see this same picture of yourself. You don't want to take it because you're pulling and tugging. 5 years later, you see the same picture. And you're like, okay, I was cute. And you remember how you thought you were fat. You remember how that day I didn't want to take this picture because I thought I was fat. The scale is deceptive. It's deceptive. Don't depend on it. So you can take a picture. You can take regular pictures. You can take pictures 3 or 4 times a week so that one, you have something to support the story that you're going to tell when you get your results. All right. And you can also see the changes. So you don't see yourself the way the world actually sees you. Different conversation for a different day. Because nobody talks about the fact that you lose the weight and you still think you got the weight on you and you still feel the same size as you were before you lost the weight. But clearly, you're not that size anymore. You're a brand new person. Nobody talks about that. Pictures help with that. So focus on pictures. Focus on staying consistent. Because here's the thing, if you show up and you do the work, and the truth is, we all know if we're doing the work. We are with us and we know us better than any. So we can come into the world, we can fake the funk all we want, but we know what we do. We know that we ate the cookie. We know we got up in the middle of the night, stumbled ourselves in the kitchen and had ice cream. We know that, whether anybody else knows it. So focus on that. Because if you stay consistent doing the things that you're supposed to do, the results will come. The reason we haven't gotten the results is not because we don't know what to do, it's because we don't do it consistently. So the scale is not going to make you successful. When you get on there, you see that little number and it makes you do a happy dance or it makes you feel really bad about yourself. It don't have a hill of beans to do with your success. It's one measurement, one, and one that will give you a lot of fake information if you let it. But what's going to make all the difference in the world is what you do. It's your actions. It's what you do that is going to make all the difference in the world. That's the part you have. You do not control. This is bad to say. You could go to the bathroom and relieve yourself, and the number on the scale will change. You have no control. You do in a sense, but it's just not a great place to focus your attention. Not a good place. All right. So we are not focusing on the scale. We're going to focus on our actions, though. We're going to focus on what we do. We're going to focus on making our walk and our talk line up. We're going to do the things we say we need to do to get the life we say we want to have. Okay. So if you haven't already, if you're tired of feeling like the scale is the boss of you, that it determines, some of us place our value in the number that the scale shows up. We get off that thing and it don't say what we want to say. We are in our feelings. We got an attitude. And we're going to get a treat because shoot, I've been trying to be good and I ain't lost no weight. Might as well get some cake. The scale does not determine your value. If you are consistent, that number has no other option but to move. The truth is, one of the greatest things my coach taught me is I control the scale. I control it with the foods that I put into my body. I control it with going to bed on time. I control it with moving my body every day. I control it with the water that I drink. I control the scale. That was one of the greatest lessons that I could have ever learned. So the truth is, you control the scale. Stop letting the scale run you, tell you what to do, like it's the boss of you. The scale has no bearing on what you make a decision to get up and do every day. That's where we're going to get our results. So if you're sick of it, if you are sick of it and you say, scale, you don't bother me, you don't boss me anymore. I want you to join me next week, starting Monday, 6 days from now, March the 17th, for my 7-day Get Back Right challenge. Okay. Here's how you're going to know if you're supposed to be in the room. These are people I'm looking for because it ain't for everybody. You know you're supposed to be in the room if, number one, you got dressed recently and you had to tug and pull some things. And you told yourself, man, I got to do better. All right. You're supposed to be in the room if you looked in the mirror, you grabbed some random part of your body and you said, you know what? I'm gonna do better. I'm starting next week. I'm gonna stop going to Chipotle for lunch. I'm gonna do better next week. You're supposed to be in the room. You're supposed to be in the room if December 31, before the ball drop, you said, I'm gonna thrive in 2025. Y'all, we clicked into 2025 and all I heard was thrive in 2025. Everybody was gonna thrive. We're gonna thrive every year of our life. All right, not because the year changed, but because God said so. John 10:10 said, I came so you can have life and have it to the full. So we're supposed to be thriving every single year of our life. So if you let that ball drop and you said, this is my year to do a different thing, and here we are 60 some odd days into the year, and it has not been done. Or maybe you started, you were real strong first 2 weeks. My gym, y'all know how I be. The gym is packed. Okay, packed. I go to a great gym. They have a bunch of treadmills. Praise God. When I went on my tour and I walked in and I saw those treadmills, I said, oh, this is the place for me. because I needed a place I knew that when the people start coming in January, I could still do what I needed to do. All right. So if you know that you were solid and strong at the start of the year and somehow your scheduler has been scheduling, these kids' projects have been projecting, you've been serving down at the church and doing all the things. If you know that that's you, you are supposed to be in the room. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to focus on. I thank God for my coach, my friend, my sister, Rochelle T. Parks, who taught me so much about how to lose weight. And even though I was so confused in my thinking that I only wanted the lady to help me lose 50 pounds, that's all I needed for her to help me lose 50 pounds. But what she did for me was set me on a path of releasing so much more weight. And so I learned over the course of this journey, the physical weight is just what you see. There's a whole lot more weight that I was carrying, and I had to dig my way out of that. And because I did that, those are the things that have allowed me to maintain my results because I was able to release the other weight. So I started with the physical, but I want to show you exactly what it is that you need to focus on so you can start to really have progress and not just have it for a season in your life. Not get cute and fine for the summertime, and then as soon as candy corn or whatever your thing is, don't judge me because it used to be mine. I was a seasonal sweets eater, and the stuff, if I named it, and I'm gonna name it just so y'all can see. If I can do it, you can do it because y'all wasn't as bad as me. Ain't nobody doing it like this. What I bet you all y'all doing. Ain't none of y'all doing it like I was doing it, okay? Uh February. Sweethearts, the little conversation hearts, those used to be my jam. And sometimes I would eat them, I'm talking about years, like from childhood on into adulthood. That's my season. I'm gonna get me a bunch of sweetheart conversation hearts, straight sugar, and go in. All right. And then it's gonna be Easter. Cadbury eggs to the max. And definitely a caramel cake for Easter dinner. Gotta have it. Okay. Memorial Day. I can't think of okay. I used to go to this cupcake place. I'm telling y'all, I'm only sharing this with you so you can know. Because I know you ain't doing this. Dove chocolate covered almonds, my jam, was going in. All right. Jelly beans. And was thinking I was doing something if I got the jelly bellies. I know y'all not doing it this bad. All right. I know it's not this bad for you. Pumpkin spice season. All along the way, every flavor Oreos. I know y'all not doing it like this. Then we got Halloween, all the things. In chocolate, in candy corn, in colors, all the things. All the things. I used to use Thanksgiving as an excuse to make dessert. I mean, people want the other stuff, and I'm pretty good at it too. I make a mean pot of greens, mac and cheese, sweet potato. I sets it off for the holidays. But the real reason I'm in this kitchen is because I got a new dessert recipe that I'm about to try out. I know y'all not doing it this bad. All right. So what we're gonna focus on next week is how the weight loss part. I have a weight loss plan. I have a meal plan I can give you. All right. I'm gonna show you some of the things that I put on my plate. That's the easy part. All right. So no excuse. If you're not registered, go to readysethabits.com. The link is in the description for this live. Readysethabits.com. And we're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be fun. It's free. I promise you it'll be powerful. I'm promising you it's going to make you think differently about how you've been doing weight loss. I'm telling you, we're starting and finishing this time. We great at the start. All right. We're gonna build this consistency muscle. That's what we're gonna do. So somebody said eggnog. So click the link and join now. My goal is to remove as many barriers as I possibly can to help you heal this thing. Because the weight is one thing. And yes, we all want to look good in our clothes. We're going to do that. But we also going to tackle some of this other stuff too. I promise you. It's going to be, so it's free, it's going to be transformational, it's going to be powerful. You are welcome and actually encouraged to invite every friend you call a friend. The same link you just had, I want you to share that with as many people as you possibly can and tell them once they get inside the community to drop your name on the form. I'm giving away prizes. I'm giving away prizes to the people who well, there's one big prize for the person who refers the most people. So if you share the link and 3 people join and say you invited them, I'm doing a one time only. Be free for y'all if you invite 3 people, but for everybody else, it's gonna cost. Okay, it's only gonna. I promise you, it's only gonna be free for the people who invite 3 or more people to this challenge. One time only. VIP Q&A free if you invite 3 people. We're going to talk about emotional eating and how to stop shut the cravings down, how to fight your way through it, and how to deal with emotional eating. Free if you invite 3 people and they say that you invited them. All right. If you invite 5 people, I'm going to give you 1 week in my private community. So the community that you'll be in, this is my free, open to the general public community that we just hang out over there. But I have a private community where I actually coach on a regular basis. Some of the people in that community are in this room. I'm gonna give you 1 week free if you invite 5 people to join you. The person who invites the most people, the highest inviter, the number one inviter, you are going to get no, I'm sorry, 1-on-1 30-minute. I was going to say 7 days. I'm going to make up a story. 1-on-1 30-minute coaching session with me where we talk about specifically, not anything generic, nothing general, specifically things you've been bumping your head against that you've been trying to get fixed. I'm going to help you fix it. All right. 1-on-1 to the top inviter. And I'm also giving the top inviter my 7-day. I'm a distributor for Shackley, and twice a year I use the 7-day healthy cleanse. I'm giving that to the top inviter. All right. Hey, Ty. So you ain't got a reason not to be there. Okay. I'm telling you, we're going to have a good time. It's going to be fun. We're going to be together for 7 days for free. Where they do that at? So if you call yourself a friend, invite everybody you know, all right? And tell them to make sure that once they get in the community, there'll be a form in there. All they got to do is say that you invited them, all right? And I do the rest. I'm going to track from there, all right? I love y'all all the way to life. I promise, I promise, I promise. I really, really mean it, all right? My number one goal is to show you how easy this thing is. I struggled for 15 years, probably longer, y'all. But 15 is the number I know for sure. I started every year saying, I'm going to lose 50 pounds. 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 Struggled and bumped my head for 15 years. And I want to save you that. I want to save you that. I want to help you navigate this thing because it's way easier than you think. So, Ready, Set, Habits, link is in the description. I love you to life, and I'll see you next week. I'll be back here tomorrow too. All right. Love y'all to life. Y'all have a good one.